presentation of MRE Uno, Division 1. And we are in the swamp after dark tonight, and we are ready for the last game of the day. And tonight it is going to be the 7 seed Laraujo, who has strung together some good wins as late, coming off their best tournament performance, making the Sweet 16. And you have G, who, plain and simple, needs that win. Never would you have thought, coming into this season, you'd say Gman is in relegation danger, and that is where he sits, and he's going to need that win. And that 0-win club not shrinking much here. We did see one earlier today in gold get out of that situation, so it looks like even one win will work wonders for him. So we'll see how both these guys fare. It is 7 versus 10 in the swamp region. We look at what we've seen today. Unfortunately, we were supposed to start our day with Nam and H, but they have unfortunately had to move. They will start the day Tuesday, which is, as of developments in the last few hours, have now made Tuesday a 4-pack day. So we'll be completely clean tomorrow in terms of D1 action. But like I mentioned, gold over myth in 7, 12 over 5 upset in that Toucan region, and very gold finally finds that win. Very, very huge win for him here. And of course you have Lara and G up next. We look first at Laraujo's resume. Got the advanced by DQ in March over Arya, who unfortunately is not in the league this season, but was eliminated by Retro in 7 in the next round, and then was a first round exit to Ghost in April, who had a very strong April, as we all know. And then got wins over Radin and MGR en route to being eliminated by Ed Ziemba in 6 in a best of 9 in May in that Sweet 16, and that crazy run for him as well. And then when you look at G, he's been eliminated by Cap, Rogers, and Kev, and now this is pretty much last chance for him. It's a massive game for him, a lot at stake, so we will have to see what happens. And no, against Cap, definitely a tough opponent. Cap has made great strides since starting his career in March with that win. And of course, Rogers and Kev, very hard fought matches for G in both those series. And now we look at the bracket. Chomik, Eli, both cruising their way through their first round opponent. Chomik sweeping Fitzy, and Eli gentleman sweeping Zach. So they both await the next round. And JT, who took down Eric Monaco. Eric Monaco finally getting the game in here, and JT took care of business, and now we're going to see who takes care of business between these two. And joining me tonight, we have Yoshi. KT's going to join us here early on as well. It's a big night for a lot of reasons here. You got Lara trying to strengthen that resume, and you also have G trying to get out of imminent danger here in terms of relegation. So Yoshi, I'm going to start with you first here. Lara and G, very interesting matchup again. G trying to, like I said, try to get out of that 0-win club. Not a good place for him to be. Very surprising place for him to be, along with some other big names. Talk to me about the mindset here. If you're G coming into this one, it's big for him and also for Lara trying to facing off against a very, very determined G-Man, a potentially desperate one, trying to get that first win on the board on the line for him. Not as much on for Lara, but it's definitely a resume strength and makes his resume
Yeah.
stronger for sure.
So both players, yeah, I feel like they're both gonna look for this win in two different ways. Lara definitely started a run that they were probably looking for all year. It unfortunately only got them so far and didn't do very well in the round that they lost. So I feel like in a sense they still have a lot to learn if they want to put themselves in contention for Super League. Getting this win is going to be the first test because G-Man, you can't mess around with someone like that, regardless of how many wins he has. So he's really got to make sure he keeps his foot on the gas and doesn't lose it all here. Because I feel like I don't know. I feel like if he loses this, he'll have to do a lot to get into Super League in the last tournament, and even then, it's pretty unrealistic because yeah, you'd have to get far. And for G, I mean, he's expressed his feelings. He's not even thinking about Super League anymore. He's thinking about just avoiding relegation which is fair enough because having 0 wins is just very frustrating, especially knowing you have the potential to get a lot more than 0 wins. So I think just gotta play the way he's been playing. I mean, the bot hasn't been super kind to him, so he just really gotta make sure that keep his head in the game regardless of the hand he gets and hope it works out. Just needs to get a win really, and we saw a sliver of hope with Gold being able to get a win. So this won't be the first. If he does get it, it won't be the first time. So it does seem possible for someone with 0 wins to get it done. G is definitely talked about as a player who could. So let's see if he can bring it to the table.
Appreciate those comments there. We obviously talk about it. Yeah, the 0 win club has not really shrunk that much. And KT, I'm going to go with you here as well because also of significance. This is game 1 here is going to be G's 100th start. Unfortunately for him, it's not going to be on the home side. But moment here. We're you've known G for a while, and the situation he's in. He kind of probably know a little about what his mindset is coming in here, just with the situation he's in. But just like talk to me about like coming in. He's got his 100th start here, and he's also got a lot on the line to play for. And also we'll talk to him about that 100th start as well.
Yeah, I'll take care of that. That's what I want. I'm only here for that reason. That's literally it. I'm only here for that reason.
Yes,
G,
sir, of course.
on behalf of the league, I want to say thank you for all the work you've done in the past over now 2 years, really. I mean, it's been a year, but the way you had to build up D2, that almost took a year process to get that built up, it almost seems, and now we're just starting to roll on that. Congratulations on an incredible 100 start. Before I read off your career stats, what's your thoughts on making your 100th career start tonight? 100 career start tonight, G. I just looked to break a year winless streak in the regular season.
I mean, obviously, the path to get here isn't what we were really expecting, but I mean, we are here at this point, and I think that's the important thing. I mean, in terms of this match tonight, obviously, game 1 is going to be number 100, so there's not really any concern about that. We just play 100 and see how it goes, win or loss, and I think that's just going to be the way it goes for the rest of this match. It's just gotta play with what I got and just see what happens here. I can't be just hoping for, getting the most fortunate hands here because I've already known from this season that just does not happen sometimes. So I'm just gonna have to go with this with an open mindset here and get that done. But I mean, with game 100, we'll see how that goes. I mean, obviously, don't get the picket, but I think I'd rather just let the wind flow with where it goes than try to control the rapid seas at this point. So we'll see how it works out.
Thank you, G, for those thoughts. And I'm just going to read off the stats here before we get into the game. For G, he's had a best career finish of third back in June 2023 in the old T3. He's been to 2 Final Fours, 3 Elite Eights, and he overall has a 55-44 record before we enter tonight. He's won 7 career games, and he looks to make his 100th. Even though he'll be on the road, I'm sure he will have one chance to get it done. In this 100th game, you only get one 100th game, as I like to say. We'll see what he does, see if he can win on the road. It'll be Laraujo's call. And G, on behalf of everybody on the commission team, on behalf of everyone in the league, we thank you for your service, of course, to D2. And God bless. Everyone, please give it a round of applause for G for his 100th game. Thank you.
Appreciate it, KT. I appreciate the correction there, Nom. Yeah, that DQ win went to Retro. I got those backwards when I was reading through bracket base. Lara did get the win against Zach, not the DQ on Arya, so that is correct. Lara, I'm gonna come to you here as well. Thoughts? I just want to hear your thoughts on playing G-Man. I mean, you know what the stakes are for him as well. Just talk to me about playing someone who seems to be in a very desperate position, at least when you look at the season resume there. Just talk to me about thoughts about playing G-Man, mindset coming in here.
Yeah. There's two sides to the coin. I've obviously seen what G-Man can do in both like last year and in Myths League, and that's a little intimidating. But there's also there's a confident side about me, because he's gone 0-3. But then again, he's just waiting to like get that breakout thing. So yeah, just gotta be careful, I guess.
All right, fair enough. Appreciate those comments. Caesar's gonna be logging for us once again tonight. Absolute boss, and Yoshi's gonna be co-com. I'll give it to him on the table call here as we get ready to start this series up. Game 100 for G-Man, but Lara gets the call.
All right, Lara, call for game 1. What's it gonna be?
Let's do 10.
All right, yeah.
10
Jordan.
times 10 is
10
100. Let's do it.
Yeah, I was gonna say multiply by 10, you get game 100 for G-Man.
Bang. That 100 start, they both join up, and this series is underway with a red skip, and we are off and running after dark in the swamp. G going with the defense strategy here.
Yeah, he knows he has to be focused up for this one. Can't be too frustrated, and make sure that when he gets the win, he doesn't let it get into his head, and it's really going to be the key here.
Yeah, and Yoshi, we've heard plenty of the frustration from G and what has been a tough start to the season for him and his 3 losses. I mean, Cap was a very tough opponent. He's shown that he is for real. But those losses to Rogers and Kev, he had a tough time digesting that, and you know he's just dying to get this one tonight.
For sure, I think the first result with losing 4-2 to Captain, that's definitely a good result. I definitely shows that he has the skills to get a win. I mean, we saw Alan do pretty well against Captain as well. I feel like Captain's been getting pretty good players even early in rounds, and the players he goes against, you can't like underestimate them. G-Man as well.
They play clean here. AT, I saw you on mute if you had something there. Feel free. But no problem. Just running clean on the yellow. Lara draws.
Yeah, our first draw so far with G just being content with the switches, but he's going to draw as well. Okay, so we're starting with a pretty even hand here.
Even clean hand. G with the top deck switch to red.
Yeah, looking to really see what Lara has ran out of red too. He does, only on a 2-color strategy now. maybe the same for G, but you know, he could be testing some things as well.
Game 1 can be considered a feeler in many senses.
Red 3.
Are you still okay?
He is
cool,
the
no
red
problem.
1. Yeah, got a large crowd here. I guess after Darkest, we got more popular now. The
Yep.
blue 1.
Yeah, a lot of people looking to see if G-Man can finally get off the schneid here.
Wow, that is an
Oh,
interesting
wow,
switch.
big switch to yellow. Back to yellow there. They were both drawing out of that. We'll see what we see here.
So yeah, G's definitely preparing for that. Wow, what a punish.
Wow. Oh, that's
a
it.
game?
He wins game 100. Wow. So, gee, it seemed like a little bit of a sneak attack run there. Just talk to me what was going through your head when you saw that yellow 3 pop up. That was big.
I was a little patient on that because I had all those cards from the start.
Wow.
The only thing that was really a bit of a tricky one for me was the blue 3. So I could have gone with the +6 into the wild blue for Uno, but obviously with the potential for cards there's a risk that I could get a switch there. So I decided to play a little conservative since there was a draw. Played it out a little bit. I knew the red was not looking very strong, so I decided to get the switch there since that's what the draw was. I could have kept the yellow and keep drawing, but I decided to see if the red was still weak. It was. And then if I just got a red draw, I just kept it going. And then I got the blue switch, played the blue 3, and it was kind of pretty much over from there.
Yeah, well, Lara, hindsight seems to be 20/20 with that one. Crystal clear. I mean, tough break on the switch there. I mean, although I think it was pretty clean match. I mean, had that little draw city there. I mean, anything you think you could have done better to prevent that finish from going off, other than just knowing the switch there at the end?
Yeah, obviously, other than knowing you wanted to switch to blue and just drawing instead, not really much I could have done.
Yeah, I didn't think. Yeah, really not much you could have done if you're Lara there, Yoshi. I mean, he did the best he could. I mean, it was a very clean match until the end there, and great ammo control by G, just textbook right there, and he wins the game on his 100th start, up 1-0, big for him.
Yeah, definitely felt like a sneak attack as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe that was probably
that
the
caught us
issue.
off guard too. Yeah.
Yeah, that was probably an issue there. I mean, it's of course with Lara not having anything. I mean, it's just fair play. But if he did, probably has to think about checking the table more and trying to keep an eye on when G can get those runs like that, and then
Definitely.
just so he doesn't waste any potential on the hands. But yeah, very clean start for G-Man. I mean, even if he didn't get the switch into blue, he had the wild, so this seemed like a pretty good game for G-Man overall.
All right. Yeah. All right. Well, that is game 1 in the books. Mine are wireless, but I don't use the mic on them. We can maybe talk after if you're not too shot. So now it is on to game 2 now, and Lara once again gets the call.
Yeah, I could still pick anything. What's it gonna be here? Game 2 call.
Oh yeah.
So 8.
8.
All right, game 2. They both join up, 2 down from the first start, and we are moments away. And another red skip.
That's the same start. Wow.
What in the heck? Game 101 for G is the same as game 100, at least first card. And now Lara going to make his first move, trying to bounce back from that one. Now green skip there. Wow. So we'll play off that. Just a double to the top floor on green.
At least it shows that they have different hands, and it's not like they got the same thing again. Okay. Ooh, both go for a double play off the bat here. Puts them both at 6.
So matches that play there. G kept trying to keep pace. Doesn't want to fall too far behind here because Lara seems to have a little bit in the tank this time around. And yellow wild from
Okay.
Lara. Interesting.
Maybe looking to be more aggressive. See if this works out. As
Trying to ice him out,
Yeah.
maybe. Oh, +2.
okay.
Into
Don't.
+6. Uh-oh.
Is this just one of those games?
No,
Oh.
not quite. Not quite, but it's a big +6 there, G. And you
Does
know,
get a
it
chance to
tends to be
response
more
here.
of a aggression game when you have these kind of starts ranges like mid to low. You can still control, but there's only so much control you can do as G tries to make up for it a little bit. Double plays with the +2.
Yeah, doesn't want to risk Lara being too low in case he has to finish. Wow, that is a big switch there.
Into green. Into yellow, trips on the board.
Okay, yeah,
Back
nice
to
move
yellow
there.
again from where we started. G seemed to like that from earlier, but Lara!
Ooh.
Quad back to blue!
Finds its way back, and that is pretty big. I mean, Gman already used a +2 on the blue, so if he wants to use some ammo again, it would probably have to be a +4 or something.
That's both +2s on blue because Lara had the other one, so they're both off the board here.
Oh yeah, you're right. So G's gonna have to figure this one out. Gonna take his time. Yeah, that's an interesting play there. Like played into the 9, and I was kind of surprised it actually played into Lara's hand. Like is crazy. Like definitely took a risk there, and it paid off. But G
Oh, here he
gonna go
comes.
for a
Triple in a
switch
red.
into red. Definitely a more experimental move because we haven't seen red all game. But we remember
That was
Lara
just
did
from the
switch out
top
of it
there.
early.
Just that skip. So, technically, that's user open Pandora, I guess.
Yeah. This
Now
is
Lara.
basically
G was typing there for a moment. Now they're both typing. Lara. Oh, the blue switch for check.
these number switches are crazy.
I sense a +4 if he's got it.
This
screams +4 if he has it.
Yeah, it's
Not a single table check. Oh, but a wild
play.
back to red, massive. But is that good? Yep.
Okay.
No back pocket red there, and G's
Red
run
0.
clean.
Just playing it safe. It's working out. Definitely has a chance to get this game. No, okay. Actually, that's fair enough.
Okay. Holds
Really-
onto it. We're drawing.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult to get a top deck heaven here until there's another red number or another 0. But
There's your
yeah,
first table check. 4 minutes in. 5-5. It's dead even.
Yeah, very interesting right now. G definitely was able to prevent the win there. I mean, we'll see if he can get this win after that. But right now they are even.
Whoever blinks first out of the staring match is going to have a possession arrow advantage at the very least. There's a switch.
Right.
There's a switch
Ooh.
for G. Into green. That should break Lara. But either way, it's a tied possession arrow game at best. Oh! No green. Interesting.
That is unfortunate. Leaves G-Man to basically control the cards now until he gets the wrong number.
It's interesting because Lara did play that green 9 earlier, so he tried to go for green off the blue, but that went into that quad. So interesting that he didn't have anything to play with there. Might have been trying to ice them both, like G just did to him, and now it goes to yellow on the 7. G can play with a 3.
Yeah,
And
just running it
doubles
down.
it up to the 6. Oh, here's another wild from G into blue.
Goes to this, possible check here. Lara might not have any options. Oh, he's typing big, though. He actually could.
Just a 3.
Blue 3
and
checks
yeah.
the table.
Oh, that's big table
Okay,
check
so
there.
yeah, I mean,
He's
can't
2
switch
behind.
it.
Sounds about right.
Feel like that kind of move could usually lead to a game, especially if it's G-Man. See if he gets it here.
Definitely could have a triple. He had a quad finish at the end of game 1.
Okay.
Just plays. Dose now, and Lara looking for 4.
I think, the way Lara's hand is, I think he just needs to switch and doesn't get it. So
He can still
we'll
keep
see if this is
going.
it here.
And
wow.
Interesting. So no double
Okay.
finish from G. So he might be relying on number efficiency here, or he just has another blue in the back pocket. But Lara now, he doesn't have
draw. I
anything
think
to
that's
say.
done.
Is
That's
this
gonna be
game?
game.
Yep, on the color. G up 2-0. And that was pretty textbook clean cut there. Just looking back. Yeah, G, it seemed like you definitely had the control on the switches there. Had like a half a classic with that red wild. Just talk to me about how the strategy's been going for you, whether you want to reveal anything or not. Just like how you think it's been going for you in terms of trying to get those switches and ice them out as well, or any other strategic things.
I mean, I've been just playing this logically based off what I see. I mean, I was feeling the blue was a stronger color on the for Lara. I think I did take a bit of a risk with some of the lights switching on the yellow and then going to the red on the reverse. I think the quick switch for me confirmed that there was not a red, so I felt relatively confident on the wild red, and then was just able to play the red 0 and just stalled for a bit because again, some of this is about just card building, and like you don't really see that path. If I see that path where it's like I think it could work out, I might go for it. But I could also be just trying to set it up for a later half of the game where it's more of a stall out. But I saw a bit of a path there. I think the green 0 was the green 0 I drew helped out and had a draw there. Was hoping for a switch on the 7, and I did get it, although I was a little surprised it was the yellow. But that was fine though. I was able to adjust there, and I was able to take control. And again, the blue 3 was just based off just using in my head just probabilities. So
Good insight there. Lara, my most obvious question probably is, did you have the win in hand when you had the blue 5? No. Or what did you have in your hand when you had Uno there with that blue 5?
When I played the blue 5, I had blue 2 left. So yeah, I was about to win, but he switched to red.
Sniff that one out. Very well done by G there, Yoshi. That comes in clutch. If you had anything else, Lara, go ahead.
Yeah. Also, when he switched to green, I had a green +2, but I didn't have switch it into. So,
Oh.
so
Didn't have
I just
anything to
didn't want to
close
leave it
it,
open.
so you would have left that door open.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So conservative play there for sure. And Yoshi, he sniffed out that play for sure. He would have been dead in the water if he hadn't in that game at least. Had he not played that wild. So good stall play there, and that's basically half a KT classic because he did have the 0 and then he was going into draw city, but still very well done.
That was an interesting game of blues. We had Lara looking to finish on the blue, and then G ended up finishing on the blue. So I mean, yeah, good stuff from him to really stick to the red after he switched into it. Didn't wanted to stick to his guns, and it ended up working out. So that's puts him in a good spot 2-0 right now.
And he was talking about a probability. Imagine how much the new bot could work for him with that card history tab. That could be massive for his gameplay, as well as many others in this league looking at that stuff. But that is later on, and this is right now. And G, it's gonna get his homestand now, and he is up 2-0. This is a big moment for him here.
Mm-hmm. Uh, E does have card styles he can't pick, and I believe it's 10 and 8.
That'd be correct. G, how many for game 3? 9.
Yeah. So
that's
yeah, 9.
correct.
We're gonna keep it in the pack that Lara was going for, which makes sense because he won on both games.
Yeah, he wants to keep going with what's working as we start on a blue 2 for game 3, so a different card start for the first time.
Oh yeah,
Different starting
finally.
card there. And we will see. He gets his first move, and the green switch, and
Yeah,
immediately
good
there,
switch
no
there.
aggression there.
Yeah, really just not want to start on the blue for which could be a bunch of reasons. So Lara will have to take that into account as he plays his first move here.
Lara for his first move here. And he's going to play a
It's a
little
double.
aggressive there. Skip 8.
Yes, not the first time we've seen that aggression early, and I feel like it's not. There's not much to really say about it. It's just a move that some people do and some people don't do. In this case, it led to the draw, so Lara gonna have to adjust to that. Gman gives him a chance as he switches out of green. Yellow 4.
Oh,
Plus
2,
2.
6.
Giving him more cards.
And Lara just plays cool one up this time.
G runs out.
Table check there, and Lara can presumably run, make it down to 2, to be down to 1 with another G switch on that deficit. With another
Yeah,
G
has
draw.
another yellow. Does G get the 2? No.
And now for the tie here. And into green for the tie.
Ooh. Yeah, I mean, if there's any color switch to make, green would be the one.
Oh, and there's the green 7, so
Of course,
that must have
yeah.
been, yeah, you might have been trying to set that play up there.
Oh.
Oh, Lara.
Well, okay.
Interesting. Oh, they both draw. Yeah.
A delayed KT Classic, I suppose.
Yeah. It's a half a classic like we saw last game. With that red wild for G-Man.
Yeah, now Lara can try and use that to his advantage. I mean, he can. So far, he doesn't have any greens right now. So. Goes for a table check and might be able to switch off this.
He does? Yep. He's coming in clutch with these switches tonight, Yoshi. It's definitely been a big it's been a defining piece of how he's been going so far. Getting
Yeah,
these
very
wins on the board.
interesting.
And again with the double.
Yeah, really trying to run it down, getting close.
ammo seems a little lopsided as well, but not sure if that's. It doesn't seem like historically bad.
Yeah, I mean, G-Man obviously, like, he's getting some things, but it doesn't seem like anything groundbreaking right now.
Yeah, we haven't seen. We've only. I don't think we've seen. Have we seen a +4 yet? I don't think so.
Not in this game.
No.
Double blue 4. Wow, okay. It does stall G-Man out here, and Lara might have a chance to keep it going with a 2
He's trying to
again.
get back in the series. Lara, can he continue? Look at them. We are dead even. Lara for the lead. And the red wild for the lead.
That's, yeah, big check, but we haven't seen red all game.
And there's the skip 5G. Immediately ties that. Or it actually
Oh,
takes the
yeah,
lead back, but still Lara.
that could actually be helpful there if Lara only has numbers.
That takes his home field advantage back right there. That is the way to go. So now it gives him the home field possession arrow with that double play. Very smart move.
Lara
Looking for
checking the
that.
table.
Lara's had
Does
a
he have
lot of
something
numbers,
saved he
so
wants to use for this situation? We'll see.
or is this all of it? Potential.
I
It's
see
over.
why
It
he
is
did
over.
that.
It's over.
No, that's
Oh,
Uno.
wait.
Never
Oh,
mind.
uh-oh. Hang on a minute.
No, so I knew he had the +4, but he wanted to save it to the finish. But unfortunately, but he felt a bit too nervous when G-Man had 2 cards, so he wanted to +4 and
Okay.
get to Uno. But unfortunately, he didn't get the call.
And now G's gonna take control. Puts Lara up to 4. He can play with the yellow. At least in the moment here. Or up to Lara's still in the lead.
Ooh.
Oh, and G switches it and ices himself.
It
But
does.
does ice
Okay,
Lara.
yeah.
Does ice
I
Lara.
didn't.
Okay.
I didn't.
I does ice Lara. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't think it was a bad move. Was just waiting for the draw there.
Unless he had that
Okay.
back pocket. Oh. Might have been building a little. Yeah, he's talking about card building. Lara. And they both draw
Still
back and forth
draws.
after the double. And I think that play did tie it. Or maybe put G in the lead by possession.
Really, yeah, this is a really close game. It's like, we never know if G had the finish on the 2 cards. Lara could. I mean, I guess if Lara might have forgotten the call if he saved it, but still,
Yeah, we'll see. We'll talk to him here. Definitely gonna be a point of
oh
contention.
my goodness,
Oh, 0 sugar on the cherry red.
that is a big switch there. Puts him at 3, but I think G. I feel like G here. Doesn't need to. Okay, well,
Oh,
I was gonna say he
he
doesn't
just
need to play
check table
aggressive. He
big.
doesn't need to play aggressive, but
Yeah,
okay,
he
well,
draws so Lara can still play that.
all right, red 3 then. Now it's the question if G-Man has a 3 though.
Won't be given away until it's played here, as Lara potentially second guessing himself here. Took time
Yeah,
there. He played the 3 and
might actually
Clint played the 3.
go. Yeah, might actually go for a different number because he might think that he has a 3. I mean, I don't know. It's hard to tell if he actually has all reds left, but it would be pretty interesting given the call out. But thinking this one through for sure.
Oh
That was
no.
Wi-Fi.
Oh
But the red 3
no.
is indeed played, and that is what gives
Oh,
him the
he did have a
switch.
3.
Okay, maybe that's why he drew. He knew because he knew he was going to switch regardless. Lara potentially with a response though. Oh, he
Oh
does in the
my
two.
trips. Check. My goodness.
Gets the call, so see if Gman has anything left in store. Could have a few options and is thinking about it here.
That's a big think stop moment for him here. Back is against the wall, at least it appears. No telling what
Yeah.
Lara might have, and he's gonna +2.
Okay. Just a classic +2. You know.
Check of the table, Lara still by 1. Can make it 2 if he's got a card to play on this.
Oh, but he didn't.
Uh-oh.
So maybe he didn't need that +2. Regardless, it's probably gonna help Gman anyway. Yeah, gets down to 2 with that play. Lara might think about switching or
Oh, here's the
wow.
other +2. He's gonna
Nah,
leave it open.
yeah, so that was that. Yeah, that was definitely off the draw. He didn't feel safe on Gman having 2 cards left.
Yeah, definitely not. I can't blame him for that, but this could burn him bad, but we'll find out.
Yeah, let's see if Gman saved a +2 and or if, what he's gonna do, whatever he's gonna do at this point. Oh, it didn't matter. Or it might have actually helped him.
Nothing you can do about that. Oh,
I don't know.
man. That's
Oh,
tough,
no
man.
way.
Oh my goodness. You cannot be serious.
Wow.
Oh, you cannot be serious.
Hello?
I got
Yeah,
you.
we could hear you.
I got to work, finally!
Oh, absolute. Oh my goodness. Well,
That was a big win for Gman.
good. Oh, big win. got it to work. He left. I'm just trying to look back at that moment we wanted to talk about earlier there. Oh, where was it?
Oh yeah, so yeah, that +2 was bad. Yeah, because
That
he had no
+2 is
blues. And
that +2 is backbreaker, but Lara, I gotta go with you first here. Obviously, it's gotta sting knowing you gave him that +4 to play with, but talk me through what happened with that +4 red there. That was interesting. Missing the call there. I mean, what was was that a mistake or was that an intended play to +4? Because considering you were already on the red there.
Sorry, what was the question? You cut out.
Oh, just talk me through that +4 from earlier, where you missed that Uno call. I'm curious to whether that was a mistake or was plan to just miss the Uno there.
The one I played?
Yeah. So where you +4 and got called out on Uno.
Yeah.
I was just wondering
forgot to Uno.
what if that was a mistake that playing because we were on red already, so I was curious.
Yeah, I was at that point I had red 3, wild 4, red 8. So played the wild 4 and then the red 8, but I just forgot to Uno.
Okay, so you were planning on +4. Yeah, Yoshi, you were right there. Definitely, he was trying to set him back there, on that Uno call. So I'd be surprised. And obviously, I mean Lara as well. I mean, it's got a sting to see that +2, give him that +4 to finish off that game. I mean, it's another hindsight type moment there. I mean, I doubt there's anything you could have possibly expected from that. It's just tough luck. Yeah. I'll go to G here as well. G, I mean that was, I think we've seen this kind of strategy plenty. I mean, like you were sharp on that call out. That definitely helped you as well as that +2. I mean, aside from that, I think you did well coming back there. I think Lara just seemed to have that upper hand on you a little bit there, but a few costly mistakes and just some very unfortunate luck for him definitely worked to your favor there to give you up 3-0.
Yeah, I was a little concerned going into this game because I had a pretty big spread on the cards and not many connectors here. I had 555 on 3 different colors, which sometimes is good, but like in those situations, it's kind of hard to get it working. I got one switch off of it, but the other one had to wait for a while. But I think the real pivotal point is like because I've made it a habit of myself unless I'm having a run to the end and I need to do multiple commands, I'm always going to have on my paste key the call out at this point. So if I feel like there's going to be a call, if there's an Uno at any point, I'm just going to like gun for it. And I think that's part of the lesson I learned from Kev there, which again was a slight miscalculation on that front, but I digress. That one I was 100% confident was Uno. So went for it. If the call happened, it happened, but I got a lot of +2s on that, so that kind of put me in a really interesting spot. I had a red +2, a blue +2, and a green +2.
That all came in the end there, yeah.
I was trying to maybe consider getting a switch to the green or the red, and then using a power play to assure at least the ammo that would get thrown down there wouldn't be able to come back to me. I never got that switch per se, so I kind of just had to keep going about it. The blue 3 switch was a little scary. It did get rid of that one stray yellow I did have. But I could have done a few options. I could have risked it and just played a number and just try to get the run to get a full run. I decided to just play it safe there though, and I mean I guess it paid off. I think I got my first slight fail of the tournament, although I think I was still in a pretty good spot going into the rest of this in general. But yeah, I'm pleased with how I'm playing right now, and we'll see what happens here. Series is not over yet.
Yeah, it's never over until you got that 4th win for sure. And Yoshi, I mean, some self-inflicted wounds there from Lara. I mean, obviously you can't anticipate what he's going to get from that, but you know it's always a possibility you can get burned from plays like that, and it's just a classic case.
Yeah, I think sometimes you just have to let it play out if they're low and see what happens. Sometimes like I feel like Gman did well to really put the pressure on and make him look like he was gonna win in the next turn. So Lara was just thinking, let me just +2 and see what happens here. Unfortunately, that I feel like he's done that all game. When he gets low, he's just gonna throw something down, and this is the first time where it comes back to bite him, and he has to think about that. How you can't always look to give cards when the person is low, because in situations like these, it could actually give them the win. But yeah, I mean, it was hard to tell what G-Man had left, and I feel like I probably would have considered doing the same if I was in Lara's position, so I don't blame him too much. But yeah, it's just really about being more careful about using ammo.
Yeah, but yeah, definitely interesting here, and also this is a big moment here for G potentially. He's got the series in a stranglehold. Obviously, no lead is safe. We remind those watching us, we have Jesse Turner awaiting the winner here, and it is now 3-0 G-Man, and it is starting to come crunch time here for Lara, but G is going to get the call here for game 4, and it could be a big, big game for him right now.
Yeah, I know what he can't pick, but just 8 through 10 is off the table. What is going to be the 4th call? Could be the final one. We'll see.
Okay.
Okay.
Take your time. I feel like we've seen a lot more calculated strategy from G here. I feel like he's just been able. I feel like he's really taken those losses. Like he's really taken those losses and really helped himself improve because he has just come out of the gates firing here, Yoshi, and he's just looked great. Like a lot, very great from what I've seen because I did do confused games
All
goes
right.
for that 7.
OG. So yeah, I think this is where Gman is finally getting an opportunity to show his skills, and I think in some games in previous tournaments, it's been difficult, but I feel like I said, with the match with Gold's victory, and I don't want to say G's gonna win this, but if he does, I think he needs to look at just taking this opportunity to get as far as possible because, with the way the bot is, it's for some people it's hard to even get a win on the board, and once you do, you have to take advantage. Otherwise, you're still in the relegation battle. So this is only the start for him, and he just needs one more to really keep himself alive. And for starting with a big switch and forcing Lara to draw early.
Yeah, we start on the red 4, blue 4 switch, and yeah, this could be huge here for G. Obviously, a Super League player a year ago, and like there have been a few of those Super League players like Gold that haven't fit the billing that they had previously set for themselves from the first season of this league. So it's very much it's a big moment here for him as well as we had a big moment for Gold earlier on today against Myth. That one went 7.
There's the switch from Lara here. Okay.
And if you're Larry, you gotta wonder if potentially intermittent playing into it, although he's still pretty responsive, but it's just a matter of
Green 4.
whether he can finally turn the tide. That game was like really where he started. Game 3 really seemed to be the game where he started to have the upper hand, but G coming out of nowhere, and that ammo control is going to be a big sticking point for him there. It'll be interesting to see if he makes any adjustments here in this game 4 as we get another switch into red.
These are some interesting switches, but this one works out.
Both power plays on the board as well. It could be a nice moment for G. Depends on, although he draws here, so we'll see if he can find his way out of it. I can see him power play locking this down if he has the opportunity.
Lara definitely has good ammo control from what we've seen. He's kept
just as we say that. Okay, the red 7 didn't play there.
He's still only at 5. I mean, I think it's still fair enough. But
just right on time.
yeah, true.
Into yellow now for G and the 7s. Pandora's, yep. Lara can play. And he's still got to make up a little bit of ground. Yeah, go ahead.
With game 3, even though he did end up losing, he did have that +4. So he's not unfamiliar with keeping some in his deck, but of course,
check.
Now he's
check.
Now he didn't have a great hand, but he's able to get to Uno. He could potentially win it if it's
these switches are massive for him, and that +2 might be key,
but
he's not going to have it here. Oh goodness, that's got a sting. He's been very close, and G's going to draw as well. So
Lara with potential top deck.
Oh, and that is it. That is it. G needs a wild or a +4, +2. He needs to set him back.
Something to switch out, because
this is 100% game G if he doesn't have a switch.
Here.
Oh, yeah, that's gonna be it. Lara gets on the board now as we await that switch, and that is a skip for the win. Lara must feel good to get out of it. I'm surprised to see that wild pop up there. I mean, it seemed like in game 3, we were talking about it here, me and Yoshi. It seemed like in game 3, you're finally getting that upper hand, and obviously the ammo came back to bite you. But like, even not with that great a hand, just had that 1+2, you're able to get it done. Just talk to me about how you got those switches to work in your favor and ultimately getting the win there. Seeing if internet's still
I
bad.
think this
Okay.
game came
There you
down
go.
to really just like my hand from the start. It wasn't like full of like +2s and skips and stuff, but I had a lot of numbers that I could just lead into and stuff like that. So it was really just about knowing when to switch into what color and stuff like that.
Yeah. And G, obviously, I
Yeah,
mean,
the
oh
red
yeah, never
plus
mind. Sorry.
two. Yeah, the red two, the red +2, was mainly just to like I didn't play. Well, I guess I did need to play that because it was my second last red, but it wasn't really to give him more cards. It was more so just to. Well, I guess it was to give him more cards to not like throw off his plan or whatever.
All right.
But yeah, I just went with the flow with that one.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Appreciate that. G, I mean, that was it was pretty clean there. I mean, iced you on that yellow, had that big wild. Uh, where did you sit with your hand there when he was at check? I'm assuming the blue 2, you didn't have anything you could really counter with there.
Nah, I just kind of played it as it is for most of that game. I didn't really seem to have many connectors on that one. That's just kind of how it goes sometimes. But yeah, that's just all.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, and Yoshi, that was cleaner than clean there. I mean, just the 1+2 didn't make any difference, and ultimately that was the difference between the two. And I mean, it's kind of like talking about when you have like a really good ammo hand and being lopsided there, except Lara just had the clean connections and G just didn't there. That was plain and simple, and the +2 was a big difference maker there as well.
Seems like it just seemed like an even game where it came down to that bailout at the end, and there's not really much else to say. Just good for Lara. Good. That was a good game for Lara because I feel like going out in a sweep is not something you want, but
Yeah.
he can at least he can at least give himself a chance to bring this back, especially with considering he still has the power play to use.
Yeah.
Obviously, Gman still does, but since Lara does, he could use it to get another game on the board, which could put it close to being, which could be getting closer to the comeback here.
Yeah, obviously a long way to go, but obviously talking about no lead is safe. And now Lara wins himself another home game, and it's going to be his call for Game 5, and it's on the way.
So yeah, it just can't be 7, and leaves him pretty open to pick still. So Game 5, Lara, what are you going to pick?
Can't be that OG.
Let's do 6.
6. Okay.
Oh, he's starting to go lower now.
Yeah, lower. Yeah. But lower it seemed to work for him. I can't blame him. That was the lowest start of the series, and it worked out for him. So now they both join up, and we are
Yeah, true.
on the way. Game
You know,
number 5.
I feel like I mean, I don't think. I feel like he's just doing
the
it
red
because it's
4?
close to 7, not even because he's playing with the luck. I feel like he just wants to keep it close to 7, which is going to be an interesting opportunity to have a game end very quickly. So we'll see how it goes. Red 9 is the starting play.
3 red starts out of 5 now.
Wow. Must
2
be a
skips and now a
good day
4.
for Lara, as he does no
Oh,
reds.
no. And that is what you can see in that low tier package, Yoshi. You can there's just some points where you may not have the cards to play the game, and Lara and your opponent does, and that is what we're witnessing here. And Lara sets up his own play there into yellow, and this is looking like a massive, massive play here, but we will see.
Well, good +2 though.
Oh,
Gotta
yep,
stop
yeah,
it.
needed that for sure.
Really gotta keep his head in the game here. as the yellow 3 is played. Still able to run it.
Green.
Ooh,
For
okay,
G-Man.
we got another switch going, and it works out perfectly. A draw from Lara puts him in the advantage position. Okay, that's a fair table check. Don't want to fall too far behind, but he's going to draw again.
Just seems like there's an added tensity to this match, to this particular game.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh.
Well, I mean, if Lara used it there, it probably didn't seem like it would have done much because he had to draw anyway. So I think there's nothing you can do if you're in
Yeah.
Lara's
Oh, yeah,
here.
that's gonna do.
Draw.
That is gonna do. We'll see here. G takes his power play.
G's gonna
And
finish this.
there
There's no
draws
way.
G. It's been too long, he says. G-Man says GG's with the reverse, and here he goes. And that is
Wow.
going to do it. G-Man finally with that win. And that is a big one. G, how's that feeling right now? You got that win, man. Talk to me.
That's a monkey off my back if I had to say anything about that. It's been way too long. I knew I came into this match needing this win very badly, and I respect Laura a lot as a competitor. I think they've really improved their game over the course of the season, and I do have a lot of history with Laura. They were a contestant in my mini 12 for a very long time, GA. But I needed the win tonight here, and I'm just glad I was able to finally get it done after what has been just put it simply, a very frustrating season.
Oh, yeah,
So,
I know. Oh, no, we
finally
know it.
being on the win column after so long into the round of 32, I mean, it's such a great feeling for me. And again, it's the mentality of one game at a time. Went through it with that. Didn't really get unfazed with the game 4 loss, and just rolled through it with there. I will make a comment also. During game 4, the decision I was making was between 7 and 5 cards.
Ooh.
And my reasoning behind that was to whether or not I had enough confidence in the starting hands to maybe get a quick power play out of it. At the time, I didn't, so I went with 7. But yeah, I mean, the 6 ended up. It fell my way a little bit. I think that yellow 3 was really helpful there. And yeah, that's just kind of how it goes sometimes. But yeah, I'm very thrilled to win. Had a good day today. Went to the Pocono race, and yeah, it feels good to cap the night off with the first one of the season.
Right, congrats to G. Lara, I mean, I think you you heard the props from G, and I think you played very well. It was a very clean series all around. Apart from like maybe those actions in game 3, I mean, obviously you can't anticipate what he's gonna find in the deck there, but ultimately I think it was a very clean match for you. I mean, any thoughts on how you played here tonight? And I mean, it was a very well played match despite the result, a little bit lopsided, but still very well done.
Yeah, Gman played really well. Congrats to him on his first win this year. Like it looked like for a moment, it looked like the reverse sweep was in my grasp because before he played the +2, I had just yellows and a wild, so I just had to chip off on that. But threw a curveball at me, and yeah, I wasn't able to pick it up from there. But yeah, GGG, man.
Appreciate that,
Yeah.
Lara. Yeah, GG. Yeah, Yoshi. I mean, GG. I mean, this is probably. I mean, obviously, from my perspective, my first year in like really watching this league, and like this is, obviously you've seen, plenty of G-Man yourself, but this just seemed to be really like this seemed to be like this is the best game I've seen G-Man play in an official tournament. It truly was, and it truly showed like this. Maybe he is trying to get back to that Super League form he had. You could probably speak more to that than I could, but definitely a big win for him. And it's got to feel good.
Yeah, it might have just been, like as much as G-Man did have some unfortunate positions with the bot, he also had some unfortunate mistakes as well that probably weren't the reason why he lost, but definitely made at least some contribution to it. And I feel like he's definitely made sure that he's minimized all those potential errors and has played as clean as he could have. And just, yeah, really, really good stuff because it would have been a lot. It would have been like very difficult to go into T5 with no wins. So
yeah, very. That is what. There's now 3 players facing that. Technically 5 if you count. Technically 5 or 6 if you count Alan Fitzy and Payne.
And also, I do have a more question for G-Man and just his thoughts on his next opponent and if he thinks this is a chance for him to get out of relegation entirely, or if you think it's going to be a tough battle where you're really going to have to push for the win here.
Yeah, G, thoughts on JT? I was going to ask that same question. You led me right into it. You got him up next.
Yeah, I mean, just ignore the little joke there, but I think with Turner, I've seen the way he's gone with it, and now the focus shifts on this. Focus into this match was getting out of the relegation zone. Have done that, and now the focus shifts on getting out of the relegation battle entirely here. So that's what's going to happen with Turner. I know Turner. This is going to be an important tournament for him because I know he may not be in tournament 5, but I'm still going to have to bring the heat to him no matter what. So, I think it's time to try to get some more wins on my win column here for the series and get the job done there. I still have not made it out of pod yet this season, so I'd like to do that at least and try to do that. And if I do that, I'll be out of the relegation battle pretty much, unless some incredible circumstances happen in tournament 5.
We've already had some. Yeah, we've already had some 0-win guys not make it out, so that's why we're saying that's why we have definitely mentioned that 2-win line seems to be where you want to be, and you're halfway there. So props to you. Great job, and looking forward to seeing you next round. And that's exciting to say as we look now at the bracket. There you have it. It is JT and G in round 2. You have Chomik and Eli on the other half. In this region as well, we still have a little bit of unfinished business after the bot debacle last night with Nick and Lane. Winner between them in that game 7 we hope to get played, but we are still, of course, getting. We as a commission will be discussing that as well in the coming days. Avian and Seth are also in the 4-5, so no chalk in this region now, as G has provided the first seed upset, but it really didn't feel too much like an upset, Yoshi. I feel like G really had this one. Not to discredit Lara and what he's done. He has done great. He had coming off his best tournament run. We talked about that at the top of the show. So it's not. I'm not saying anything to discredit Lara, but it really just felt like this was G's night, and he really took advantage.
Yeah, not much to add there. I pretty much agree. So
yeah.
Lara, I mean, he's definitely going to come back in T1. I mean, in D1 next year.
D1, yeah, D1. Yeah, he's definitely clean for sure. And
T5
coming up.
Really
T5 is on the way as well. Of course.
Yeah, all I can really think about is if he wants Super League, look for probably a similar run to T3, maybe even more.
Yeah, maybe a little deeper
hard to
for
tell
sure.
what it's going to take, but yeah, we'll have to look back at this one and see if he can improve. But yeah, I do agree with G-Man. I feel like Lara definitely has improved compared to where he started.
Yeah, indeed. And so yeah, that is the swamp region nearly complete. We had some schedule shifting. We are now clear in D1 tomorrow, completely on all fronts. So D2 takes center stage at 5 o'clock tomorrow as we have the rescheduled playing of Jab and White Spider. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Winner gets Goldie in the finale, which we will have hopefully by the end of the week. Should be fun. But you see again that bracket JTG will be next, and we will have a 4-pack of games to wrap the round for you, starting with Nom H at 10 a.m. on Tuesday, and then we're off for the rest of the afternoon. We bring you a 6, 8, 10 on the schedule. We have Toast and Pack on the non-stream at 6. And then Tapir Rogers, I'll be there for you for that one. Nom and H will be run by the big boss. Hopefully getting that mic finally working. And then we just had Stingray and Brian get moved tonight to 10. And make sure you also stay tuned to tournament news for updates on the Nick and Lane situation after we had that just terrible moment with the bot last night. But that is going to do it for us tonight. Gman gets his first win. Congrats to him. Congrats to Lara on a hard-fought series as well. We thank everyone for joining us in VC as well as on YouTube, and I thank Yoshi for co-commentary, and as well as KT for being here for that first for that game 100 as well. And for everyone here at MRE Uno, I am not short. We will see you again on D1 live on Tuesday. D2 takes the stage tomorrow. Consequently, Gman will be hosting that one as well. So, good night, everyone, and we will see you back in the jungle on Tuesday.